right, so we have a very interesting story here that I was just waiting to happen because I knew it was coming, and I'm glad nobody was harmed in this situation. I don't necessarily agree with it at all, but from what had been going on, I knew eventually this was bound to happen just based on what was happening previously. Once again, I don't agree with it, but I knew it was going to happen. Let's dive in.
Congresswoman AOC is calling out the creepy guy who hassled her on the steps of the Capitol.
You look very beautiful in that dress. You look very sexy. Look at that booty on AOC. That's my favorite big booty Latina.
The firebrand liberal New York Democrat was heading to work with an aide and her fiancé and dog when she was heckled. She turned to confront the guy, then flashed him a sarcastic peace sign.
Want to do a little selfie?
I love it. My favorite AOC. Nice to meet you, AOC. Look how sexy she looks in that dress.
AOC immediately went on social media and called it a deeply disgusting incident.
See this guy right there? Right there. When I was walking up, he said, hey, look at that big ass, look at that big juicy booty, this Latina, like whatever, you know, all the bunch of racist, sexist stuff.
She pointed out that it happened in front of a Capitol police.
Hold on, she called it the R word? Oh my goodness. How was that the R word?
Racist, sexist stuff.
She pointed out that it happened in front of a Capitol police officer who she says did nothing to help her.
It's really hard and it's really sad.
AOC tweeted that she wanted to deck the guy but needed to catch a vote more than a case. So who is he? His name is Alex Stein, and he's a far-right activist known for making provocative videos. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says she was disheartened by the experience.
Look at that booty on AOC. That's my favorite big booty Latina.
Capitol Police tell us while the comments the man made were crude and inappropriate, they were not criminal.
Finally, somebody said something that made some type of sense. So you get heckled, right? Which I don't agree with. I've stated that before. Leave people alone. I don't agree with going to people's homes and all of that other stuff that has been promoted recently. But like I said earlier, anybody who had a brain that works knew that this was going to happen. You know this is going to happen. Individuals like AOC and other Democrats have been promoting this type of behavior, promoting it. Illegal behavior, going outside of a judge's home trying to convince them to change their vote. That is illegal, but they wanted it. We encourage people to protest. You guys remember the press secretary, the redhead chick who's not actually a redhead. She actually dyes her hair. That I found that out. Oh man, what is her name? I can't think of her name, but you guys know what you guys know who I'm talking about. Where she did this whole little tap dance. We encourage people to protest where they protest, blah blah blah. Where she did this whole word salad tap dance around the actual issue and say that she agreed without saying she disagreed. So she had like two ways out of the situation. We also see here where AOC is complaining about the guy heckling her, and her basically saying that the police are terrible police. They needed to arrest the guy apparently for something that wasn't illegal, but people that are protesting outside of judges' homes to try to convince them to change their vote, those people should not be arrested, but the guy saying a few words to her should be arrested. How does that work out? That sounds like trying to destroy our country, maybe? You know, the phrase that they like to say is trying to destroy democracy. So I'll use that. That sounds like someone's trying to destroy democracy. For illegal things, people shouldn't be arrested, but for perfectly legal things, people should be arrested. Sounds like destroying democracy to me if I ever heard anything like it. But I just want to show you guys this other video as well, because like I said, this whole issue is very interesting. Very, very interesting. Exhibit A.
We're looking for a guilty verdict. If nothing does not happen, then we know that we've got to not only stay in the street, but we've got to fight for justice. We've got to get more confrontational. We've got to make sure that they know that we mean business.
We've got to get more confrontational. We've got to be out in the streets. We've got to show them. Okay. Exhibit B.
If we can't protect the children, we can't protect anybody. If you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell
Whenever you see any of these folks, you get in their face and you let them know they are not welcome anywhere. I think was the last word that that the video kind of cut off there. Mighty ironic, huh? Exhibit C. I got another one for you guys. I can go on for days with this, by the way.
Far-left activists is still raging over the abortion ruling. They're now offering cash to tipsters who share physical locations of Supreme Court justices.
And that public bounty offer comes after protesters swarmed Justice Kavanaugh while dining at Morton's D.C. Steakhouse last week. The restaurant...
D.C. service industry workers. If you see Kavanaugh, Alito, Thomas, Coney, Roberts, DM us with details. We'll Venmo you $50 for a confirmed sighting and $200 if they're still there 30 minutes after you message. Sounds like a bounty if I've ever heard one in modern times. Doesn't that sound like a bounty to you? Mighty interesting. Okay. So, when it happens to you, it's the R word. The officer that was standing there was a no good, terrible, very bad person. But you know what? I'll show you guys one more. Just icing on the cake. Cherry on top. Just give me a second. Exhibit, what am I on? D? Exhibit D.
Guy talking about Justice Kavanaugh. Poor guy, he left before his souffle because he decided half the country should risk death if they have an ectopic pregnancy within the wrong state lines. It's all very unfair to him. The least they can do is let him eat cake. So many things wrong on so many levels with that tweet.
Hold on, but wait. I'll make this one the last one. This will be the icing on the cake. I forgot about this clip. I forgot I wanted to show you guys this clip. Check this out.
We're running. We're running. We're running. Oh my God. Ah!
All right, so boom. I'm going to try to tell you all the unanimous consent story from earlier today where you saw me running up the Capitol steps to stop the bad things from happening. Here murmurs that there's going to be an attempt to pass the Supreme Court supplemental protection bill. The day after gun safety legislation for schools and kids and people is stalled. Oh, so we can pass protections for us and here easily, right? But we can't pass protections for everyday people? I think not.
And I'll leave it there. So you have all of these instances of these individuals inciting violence, telling people to get in other folks' face, telling them to hunt them down, basically putting bounties on their heads. And yet when somebody heckles you while walking up to your place of work, they should be arrested. When somebody says you have a big butt, they should be arrested. Now, once again, I don't even agree with the guy doing it. But when you have been promoting this type, and I said this earlier, when you have been promoting this type of behavior, anybody with a brain that functions, 1 + 1 = 2. If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. If you are encouraging this type of behavior, eventually it's going to come back to you. That's just obvious. That's why we shouldn't be encouraging this type of stuff. That's why it shouldn't have been encouraged in the first place. But this is the type of stuff that they were pushing. This right here. And it's sad. It really is. Because we've gotten to a place where, like I said earlier, we are telling people that committing a crime is okay. Because you didn't like what somebody did, committing a crime is just fine. And there's even a video of AOC saying that she was walking over to the gentleman to deck him in the face. Now, I think she was lying. I don't think she was actually going to hit him. She said that just for political points because, you know, it sounded good to some of her followers and she knew it. Some of her followers would like that. Oh, yeah, you stick it to him. So once again, you're promoting violence for somebody saying some words? Interesante, huh? Interesante. So, I guess all in all, to wrap this crazy video up, once again, I don't encourage or like this type of activity. I am totally against the harassment of anyone. And obviously I said that with the whole Supreme Court justices situation, and I'll say it now. I don't encourage anybody to go harass AOC or Maxine Waters or anybody, Nancy Pelosi, even though she's a thief. I don't encourage anybody to go harass these folks. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. But once again, when you've been encouraging this type of activity, eventually it's going to come back to you. That's just obvious. And we seen one small example of it right here. Now, I'm glad she was not hurt in any way, shape, or form, but you reap what you sow. And unfortunately, I'm sure this won't be the last time that someone heckles her in person. I'm sure it won't be the last, especially now this video has like literally blown up. It's just all over the place. Somebody else is going to heckle her while she's walking, especially now that they know that it gets under her skin, you know, because immediately she ran to social media, of course, you know, to gain political points. Of course, everybody runs to social media now. Anything happens. Oh, look at this guy. You see him? He's right there. You see, you know. Gotta get those political points though. Gotta gain them. Gotta get that political clout. All right. But as always, you guys let me know what you thought about all of this in the comments section below. And of course, like I said earlier, I can continue on with those clips that I was bringing up. There's a whole lot more of them where, you know, some people from the left have been encouraging this type of behavior. So it's not shocking that it's now come back on them. Now, like I said, I don't encourage it. I don't even support it. But it's just crazy how, you know, AOC wanted to act like a victim in the situation when she has encouraged this type of behavior. So it's okay when it happens to everyone else, but it's not okay when it happens to you. Seems a bit weird there, but like I said, you guys let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and of course, hit that subscribe button before you go. And I would really, really appreciate it if you guys shared these videos. Greatly helps out the channel. I appreciate all of the continued love and support. I'm out.